would look.
This is The Herd, wherever you may be and however you may be listening, live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Christine Leahy is back from her swanky European vacation. Must have been on, where do you get that tan?
I'm going to sound really awful. This is from Antibes, this tan that I have. But I am currently full of every type of pastry and crepe you can find in France.
Yeah, French men smoke cigarettes.
And women.
And make love with their socks on and eat brie cheese all day long.
How do you know about the socks part? I don't.
It's an interesting place. It's literally French fries with every meal.
But I learned this in France. Ketchup is an American thing.
Yeah.
They serve these huge plates of French fries at every meal.
Every meal.
No ketchup. And so when you ask for it, they look at you like you're crazy, and they give you this teeny tiny thing for all your French fries.
Yeah. It's better to live here. As far as French fries go, I'd rather live in America.
Ketchup.
Let me start with this. Image. What's my image? What's your image? Image is one of those kind of subjective things, right? But then there are certain images, like O.J. Simpson's image, that's not used to be a good image. It's not a really good image anymore. It's funny about image. LeBron James, according to a story yesterday, LeBron now has denied it multiple times on Twitter that he wanted to kick Kyrie Irving's blank, butt, because Kyrie Irving suddenly wants out of Cleveland. LeBron James says, boo, get another source. Stephen A. Smith, that's just simply not true. But the concern is for LeBron, people in his camp are saying this does not look good for his image. I've got news for you. This is not going to ding LeBron's image. Let's think about image. Look at Michael Jordan's career. A divorce, gambling rumors, quit the sport, failed at baseball, outrageously bad general manager, punched a teammate, petty Hall of Fame speech. What's his image? The GOAT. LeBron James has a much better image than AJ. The chosen one, the decision, titles in Miami and Cleveland, coming home, never in trouble, makes every teammate better. Where's the sinister quit the sport? Where's the horrible GM, divorce, petty Hall of Fame speech, failed massively at baseball? LeBron's got none of those. This idea that Kyrie wanting out of LeBron is going to hurt LeBron's image is laughable. You do realize that all the teams that Kyrie probably wants to go to have a point guard. Golden State, they don't need Kyrie. Washington's good. They don't need Kyrie. Oklahoma City's good. They don't need Kyrie. Houston's good. They don't need Kyrie. San Antonio's pretty good. They don't have anything to give Cleveland to get Kyrie. What about Boston? You think Cleveland's going to trade Kyrie to their rival, the Celtics? I don't think so. This is going to be, years from now, this is going to be a 25-year-old who's been called immature before making a career-defining mistake decision. This will not be in LeBron's top 5 memorable moments. The chosen one, the titles, the decision, beating the Warriors, arguably greatest of all time. You do get that LeBron's resume is globally significant. Hell, yesterday he made $35 million on a pizza chain. LeBron's dealing with global imagery. This is going to be because none of the teams where Kyrie could compete for a championship, none of those need him or are going to get him. This is going to be a career-defining mistake by Kyrie Irving. It will have virtually no impact on LeBron James' image. So if LeBron is worried about that, partner, don't. You are playing at a different level. And when you are as great as Michael Jordan, and you are as great as LeBron, and when you're as great as Tom Brady, I mean, you do know about Tom Brady's skeevy trainer, right? You do know about Spygate and Deflategate, right? When you're playing at that level of excellence, it overwhelms everything else. Kyrie Irving, by leaving, this is going to be his defining moment. And in my opinion, it is a big mistake. Want to segue to football? We're going to go live to the Dallas Cowboys camp 2 or 3 different times today. This is not the greatest message. And as a parent, you're driving around right now, or you're watching on TV. Some of you are parents, some of you are younger and are not parents. Maybe some of you are older and are not parents. But you always worry, at least I do, about how things land for my kids. My kids know I'm a good person. My kids know I love them. My kids know I'm there for them. But kids are really good at remembering things. And when you're a parent, a lot of the things that you don't think are a big deal, that's what your kid remembers. And it's very funny as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. A couple of things happened this week, and it's really interesting. I am going to read you the allegations or crimes. I'm not going to name the player for the Cowboys. I'm just going to name the crimes, things that have happened. Alleged domestic violence, bar fight, DUI, assault with a deadly weapon, stealing a Twinkie. Which one sounds like it's not a big deal? I'll read them slowly. Alleged domestic violence, bar fight, DUI, assault with a deadly weapon, stealing a Twinkie. The guy who stole a Twinkie was released. The others were not. What's the message there? His name is Lucky Whitehead, and he's an average player. Kind of a quirky, speedy little guy as a punt returner. Doesn't get much action, occasionally on reverses as a wide receiver. They don't really need him. Lucky Whitehead came out and said about petty larceny. This is all this was. I'm not saying I'm not encouraging it. I'm not validating it. It's petty larceny misdemeanor. He said, I wasn't there. I wasn't in the state. Jerry Jones and nobody defended him. They released Lucky Whitehead, a marginal player. Today we learn Lucky Whitehead wasn't there, and the Cowboys probably won't take him back. Yet Ezekiel Elliott, who was there with his girlfriend, who alleges domestic violence, and Jerry Jones aggressively came out to defend him.
I have reviewed everything. As you know, he's had his complete president. There is absolutely nothing, not one thing that I've seen that has anything to do with domestic violence. I don't want to answer anymore, but I've seen nothing.
Jerry, an attorney, law partner, have video, stepfather in this case. So how is that landing, let me ask you, as the owner of the Dallas Cowboys? Lucky Whitehead aggressively came out and said, I wasn't there. I didn't steal the Twinkie. And they released him. Ezekiel Elliott, who's had all sorts of issues, college and pro, girlfriend alleges domestic violence, and Jerry aggressively defends him. I always worry about, as a parent, how things land. All I'm going to say, Jerry, in my opinion, was far too aggressive yesterday, and I just don't like the way that lands at all. The messaging is, hey, great player, you can be a creep. Marginal player, even if you come out strongly denying you were in the state of a crime, you're off the club. Bad look, Dallas Cowboys. That said, we will go to Cowboy camp today for a variety of issues. They have a lot of things stirring. They do their camp every year in Oxnard, which is just up the road. If you're not familiar with California, we're in Los Angeles. They're up the road about 30, 40 minutes. I think they come here because it's cooler weather than what they would face in Dallas, although sometimes you can get up to Oxnard and Thousand Oaks, it's not that cool. Coming up, I like this guy a lot, who I'm about to talk about. But I think he's incredibly wrong. And for a smart guy, I can't believe how wrong he is. That's coming up next. I've been talking a lot about Upside.com, telling you it's going to save your company, big or small company, a lot of money on travel. They combine hotels and flights. So I go to Upside.